Today we're going to take a look at a very interesting cloth physics mod. Now some of you might be saying, wait Necros, you did take a look at a cloth physics mod, and you would be correct. In fact, I'll put that in the top right corner if you want to check it out. It was an amazing mod by me, M-E-E, not actually me, the creator called M-E-E, god damn it. But he's also demonstrated a lot of really cool, interesting things that can kind of bend the will of the source engine to make its physics more believable and realistic than you would probably think. And this is kind of the initial thought of that. This was made back in 2015. Oh, wait, scratch that. It was re-uploaded in 2015. It was created in 2007. What? In 2007 we had shit like this? Where the hell was I when that was happening? Oh yeah. Probably too busy playing Half-Life 2. Anyway, this right here is Apex peak physics. Not really, but like, come on, it's got G-Man's face on it. This is a mini-mod showcase. Welcome back to another video. Let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what you can do with this and why I'm even doing this in the first place, because we already did something like this. Well, I'll show you. And this is why. With the original mod we took a look at, which isn't the original of this, because I think this actually came first, but the one we took a look at before this, that one didn't have a lot of customization features. This one absolutely does. So right off the bat, we're going to take a look at some of the settings here. We got quality. Turning this on really low, you might be wondering, what the heck does that even do? Well, when we turn some of these dials down, which by the way, this controls the size of the entire cloth. You can see the width, the height, and the spawn height. So let's go ahead and whip it out. So the spawn height is going to pretty much determine how high it is, well, spawned. I thought that it adjusted something else. It does not. So we're going to put it pretty low. We can see a beautiful portrait of G-Man's face. We're going to go ahead and unfreeze that, and now it is our lovely, well, whatever the hell it is now. Because it's not exactly a cloth, so to say. See the way it turns? That is so bizarre. And the reason why is because there's like 4 points you can grab it only. So it's kind of like 4 little squares stuck to each other. It does still kind of act like a cloth. As you can see, you can get it wet and slap someone with it. Standard cloth things. Does this do any damage? Ooh. So this is kind of useful for a lot of different things. One, it is very inexpensive. I don't know if you guys could tell, but we barely lost any frames, and that is always a good thing. However, that is not going to hold true for the other editions that we'll be doing of this. For instance, let's go all the way up to very low. Now we can see we have pretty much doubled, or quadrupled in fact, the points that we have. I mean, just look at this. So there's 1 square, we now have 4. So pretty substantial, definitely. Let's go ahead and unfreeze it. And now we can see a lot more physics in action. I hate using that word because it can be interpreted so many different ways and it kind of sounds like I don't understand what it means. Yes, we're able to really adjust the clothy physicsness of this. Is physicsness even a word? It is now. But we can go even further above with low, and low is going to give us, I mean, this is already getting pretty crazy. So the faces are good because it tells us exactly how many squares there are, even when we can't see the exact points. Also, I have it set to where we can see the net and cloth, but you can also just choose the cloth or the net, so we don't have the outline anymore. Going up to medium, you can see it does just kind of keep multiplying them and going even higher and higher. This one, I think, is pretty close to realistic. I mean, look at this. We're starting to get some of that clothy nature. And then, of course, the final one is high, which is going to give you the most amount of points, and hopefully, at least, the most realistic cloth physics simulation, at least in this mod. And you can just see how many points there are now. Starting from 1 all the way to this much. It's pretty insane. And now this is going to start to act a lot like an actual piece of cloth. And we can, kind of like what I did at the beginning, set it up like this. And now we can hold things. Like, I don't know, maybe you got a globe you always wanted to throw into a sack. There you go. Maybe throw in a helicopter bomb for good measure. And who could forget a bunch of explosive barrels? Now, good luck keeping it all in there, but if you do manage, you can see, and it works pretty well, just like with the initial one we took a look at. Something about this just feels so natural. It makes me wish that there was more of this representation in earlier Half-Life games, but I understand it was probably way too expensive. Now, obviously, you do not have to use G-Man's face. Of course, you can make any of these materials. Like, you could kind of see this mesh net. In fact, that looks really cool. Holy, whoa, wait, where the hell did it go? Okay, so it's extremely hard to see, but we do have a mesh net here. This is going to be even worse when YouTube compresses my video. So, sorry if you guys can't even see this, but yeah, wow, that is pretty awesome. So let's go even bigger. We're going to go all the way up to 150, and this doesn't need to be any higher. Let's go ahead and choose, and we're going to go ahead and choose a newspaper. Why not? All right, and now we can see it loaded. Go ahead and unfreeze it. It'll kind of load everything in. A bunch of newspapers tied together, and now we can start to see the lag really set in. This is a lot of entities being loaded. When this kind of comes into play, you start to realize why Valve never really wanted to use anything like this in the game. I mean, I remember when PhysX came out, and that shit was so demanding for Borderlands. Oof. God damn. This one is going to definitely hold a lot more, but I think something I've always wanted to know is, how well does this really work on other props? Well, for starters, let's see if it can hold us. And that it definitely can. It's a little weird. It kind of feels like we're gonna sink through it at any point, but it does technically hold us. So if you ever wanted to sit on a cloth, then yeah, here you go. All right, so here we have like a bit of a triangle set up, kind of like a fridge pyramid. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get this over our little fridge pyramid here. Well, yes, we can. And it looks pretty clothy if you ask me. So overall, this is a really cool mod, and I guess you could consider this a more user-friendly, customizable version of the mesh cloth, but I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts down below, and also which one you like better. This one definitely does have some issues. I think it's a lot more laggy, but maybe that's just me. But anyway, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. As always, leave a like, subscribe. All the mods that were used in this video will be down below. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and farewell.